The starting lineup for the Disney Portland Trail. At power forward, James Johnson. At the other forward position, Joe Ingles. At shooting guard, Josh Hart. At center, Yusuf Nurkic. At the other guard position, Damian Lillard. Let's meet the starters for your Memphis Grizzlies. At forward, 6'7", number 24, Dylan Brooks. At forward, 6'11", number 13, Jeff Jackson Jr. In the middle, standing 6'9", number 4, Steven Adams. At guard, 6'5", number 22, Desmond Bane. At guard, 6'3", number 12, Jack Moran. Your Memphis Grizzlies head coach is Taylor Griffin. One more time, let's hear it for your Memphis.
Welcome, everyone. Here it is at long last. It's the start of the NBA regular season. I know everyone's just as excited as we are here on 2K Sports to get things underway. Joined by Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce. I'm Brian Anderson. And now a chance to see what's coming up for the Portland Trailblazers. On Friday, they'll be matching up with Drew Holiday and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Wednesday, they'll go up against Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns. So here's Portland's starting group. Yusuf Nurkic is out there with James Johnson. Then it's Josh Hart. Then there's Damian Lillard. And it's Ingles in at the 3. And for the Grizzlies, Jackson Jr. and Adams together inside. Ja Morant is out there with Desmond Bane. And it's Brooks in at the 3. Nothing more exciting than opening day in the NBA. Grant, how pumped are these players right now?
Oh, they are so pumped indeed. I mean, look, the offseason can be a long one, but every player loves when the games really start to count.
Pass to Ingles. Fires for 3. The shot won't fall. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Nurkic's shot is good.
Once he saw the smaller defender guarding him, he took it right to the rack.
Morant against Lillard. Jackson with a screen on Lillard. Here's Morant. That shot off the mark. And here's Hart. Lillard outside. Puts up a 3. And it's Bane with the rebound. Pass to Morant. Back to Bane. And he buries his first look.
This is Morant's role. As a point guard, you need to get your teammates engaged.
Inside. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Beautiful location on the pass, as usual. Led his man perfectly.
Johnson against Jackson. There's the drive. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is one of the most promising young big men that we have in this game, B.A. He's capable of spacing the floor and protecting the paint.
And those big men who block shots and shoot, sometimes given the label unicorns. Would you say Jackson falls into that category, Smitty?
Without question, and you can win with a player like Jaren Jackson. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to have a positive impact on this game.
And he knocks down the first one.
You really get excited about Jackson's potential. The size, the agility, and the skill level to make an impact at both ends.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
And the big fella with the skill level, showing a soft touch at the line.
Lillard passes to Johnson. Here's Hart. He can't hit that time. And Memphis taking it the other way now. Here's Bane. And it's Portland with a rebound.
He expects to make every one of those, and we expect him to make them too.
Pass to Nurkic. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
So capable of overwhelming you. Nurkic is terrific at maintaining his focus and balance on these tough finishes.
Here's Moran. He's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Hart finds Nurkic. Nurkic, a screen on Moran. Lillard passes to Nurkic. The kick out to Ingles from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc.
This is how Ingles went from being undrafted to big money. He does a lot of things for you, but stretching the floor is #1.
Now here's Moran. Kicks it out to Jackson. Clock at 6. Tries the spin move. Here's Bane. And Nurkic with the block.
Showing off the timing and awareness defensively. Better think twice before challenging Nurkic.
Takes a step back. Over to the wing. Memphis needs to get off a shot. The 3 from Bane. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Carroll comes in for Adams. And Anderson subbed in for Jackson. And the Blazers making a change here. 1:43 left in the first quarter. Portland calls timeout.
Let's give Coach credit. He's trying to find a way to squeeze the most out of every possession.
Critical part of the game. You have to be flexible. You have to be able to adjust what you're doing.
All right, look who's coming up to the court. Come on and get back for your Grizzlies.
And the Grizzlies with some changes. Williams is checked in for Brooks. Conchar comes in for Bane. And it's Jones in for Ja Morant. And also a switch here for Portland. Bledsoe, he's checked in for Damian Lillard. first quarter. We're about 3.5 minutes in. Pass to Little. To the left side wing. Here's Eubanks. Bledsoe outside. Just 5 to shoot. Tipped. Trailblazers got to hurry. Got to get up a shot. Simon's shot is good.
Assist point. Drew
For Memphis, they've gone only 2 of 7 so far. A cold start. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Back to Jones. And that one's long.
Most nights this shot would have been his, but the defender gave him just enough trouble.
Pass to Eubanks. 41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Eubanks the screen. Here's Simons. And that one is stuffed right through.
All he needed was a little separation. So effective.
Boy, cleared the path, put him in position for a prime-time dunk.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Now here's Anderson. Looking for his first basket, still in this one. Tries to snap the cold streak. Jones misses. For Portland, they've gone 6 of 11 so far. Here's Simons. Pass to Bledsoe. Off target. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Defense is setting the tone. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And with his elite shooting, Lillard can work off screens and come back to the ball. Sometimes, he says, that makes things a lot easier.
Getting the ball later in possessions when the defense isn't so sharp. You know, usually at the beginning of a defensive possession is get over the first screen. You know, the energy is up, they're interested, and usually at about 12 seconds they're a little tired. The interest goes down.
Well, when you're guarding Damian Lillard, you can't let up for a second, Grant.
And the Blazers, generally a methodical offense. Now, they don't mind using the clock and forcing the defense to cover for all 24.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for Portland.
They've gotten a lot of high-quality shots in the paint early on. That was clearly part of their game plan coming in.
You know what else, guys? Defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight and turn them into points.
Jackson Jr. and Adams together inside. Desmond Bane is out there with Ja Morant. And it's Brooks in at the 3, the small forward. That's the lineup out there for the Grizzlies.
You know, well, growing up in a basketball family, Ja Morant's father and mother both hooped. His dad even played some pro ball. And when Ja was old enough, he trained him to follow in his footsteps.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Nurkic. And the training sessions with Ja and his father T became the stuff of legends. Smitty, out on that concrete court they built in the backyard.
Ooh, I can imagine that hot South Carolina sun beating down on you, jumping on big tires to get his bounce. His dad never took it easy on him. He wanted to prepare him for the fire of competition.
Nurkic hits them both. Memphis trailing here. Quarter number 2 and about a minute in. Jackson outside. Pass to Adams. From deep, Morant. Rebounded by Nurkic. Portland's shooting 54% from the field so far in this one. Lillard outside. Nurkic a screen on Moran. It's Lillard with the drive. And the dunk by Lillard.
Oh, wow. What a dangerous move on that drive. I mean, when Dame is coming in strong, it is so tough to stop him.
Now here's Moran. He has 6. Here's Adams. Nurkic with some nice D.
Woo, blown opportunity right there. Won't get many chances easier than that one.
Pass to Dunn. Now here's Lillard, pounded by Moran. And the dunk by Lillard.
And everyone in the building felt that one, and he might have knocked the stanchion out of place too.
To the paint. And the basket by Bane. Bane's got his second basket. Looking at the modern game, Grant, what adjustments would you have to make in your game to thrive in the league today?
Well, I would have worked more on developing the three-point shot. Back in the 90s, it was more about the mid-range game, a la Michael Jordan. But these guys now, they live at the arc, and that's just not how we did it back in the day when I was playing.
And that one's good. Lillard.
Oh, the moment Lillard crosses half court, you better pick him up. A scorer with unlimited range.
Which Louder section wants a t-shirt? All right, look who's coming up to the court. Come on and get back for your Grizzlies. All right, look who's coming up to the court. Come on and get back for your Grizzlies.
Anderson's checked in for Memphis. Eubanks, he's checked in for Portland. Simons comes in for Dunn. For Memphis, they've gone 3 of 5 since the beginning of the second. And it's Moran off the drive. And it's off the back of the rim. No good. The Trailblazers have gotten off to a perfect 4-for-4 start of the second. Lillard outside. Blocked.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
And the Trailblazers shooting 59% in this one, a good average. And he's one of those stat sheet stuffers. Kyle Anderson at 6'9" gives you rebounding, playmaking, Grant, a little bit of everything.
I mean, the combination of size with skill is what makes him special. And his wingspan helps him impact the game in so many ways.
2 on the clock. Hart can't hit.
It's a shot you would think he would make, but he just doesn't make it all the time.
Here's Moran. No good on the shot. And it's Portland the other way. Here's Simons. It's good from about 19 feet. Simons got 6 points.
And usually teams go on runs from a bunch of layups and dunks, but that's not the case here.
Brooks outside. The 3 is up. And it's Portland with a rebound. Here's Hart. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Empty possession, and you don't want to miss these easy looks.
Brooks against Hart. Brooks outside. Anderson with a screen on Hart. Taken away. Here's Simons. He's got 6. Outside Johnson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
That's his first personal foul.
It's going to be on Dylan Brooks.
Team foul.
Playing with power, that's Johnson's game. Forces the defender to foul.
Taking 2 shots.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls.
And what James Johnson brought with him coming into this league, physicality. He combines size, strength, athleticism, and a 7'1" wingspan.
Ingles, he's checked in for Portland. Bledsoe comes in for Damian Lillard. He's perfect from the line this time.
Yeah, they're playing a much more physical game here in the second quarter.
About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. To end the run, Conchar. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Eubanks, he's got 4 rebounds in the game.
Yeah, and it's amazing. Their slim advantage on the board seems a lot larger than it is.
That's no good. Couldn't get his first one to go.
When it goes in, it looks pretty. When it doesn't, you question the shot difficulty.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Trailblazers out in front, up by 16. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Welcome to halftime, everybody. What a battle we're witnessing tonight at the point guard position.
The thing I'm noticing is how competitive it's been at the point guard position. Both guys are trying to gain the upper hand in this matchup. You love how hard each one of them is playing. I can't wait to see how it plays out.
All right, and guys, we got to talk about Damian Lillard. He's had an outstanding half.
He gets on a roll, and defensively, before you know it, you've lost control of the situation. I'm not sure how you can slow this guy down now. He's primed for an excellent second half.
Appreciate you joining us. It's been our distinct pleasure, and I mean that. Let's now take you back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. Wow, Damian Lillard really having a great game.
He's been excellent at cutting through the defense and giving them fits around the basket.
He's been very effective on the move, forcing the action, getting to his spots, and finishing plays.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Josh Hart is out there with Damian Lillard. Then it's Joe Ingles. Then there's James Johnson. And it's Nurkic in at the center position.
Okay, check out the handles of Ja Morant. Wow, what a crafty player. You know, one of the things that makes Ja Morant so special is his ability to drive and finish with either hand. A natural righty, but he actually prefers going left.
Now here's Morant. Give him 8 points now. To the middle. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Morant's got 4 points now in the quarter. Hart passes to Lillard. Hart with a screen on Morant. Lillard fires away from way outside. It's rebounded by Memphis. Adams has got 4 rebounds now. And Smitty, you look at Ja Morant's numbers. He's even better finishing with his left hand.
It's special because around the rim, you don't know whether he's going to finish with his right or left. He makes it look so easy. Also passing, he can throw lobs and make hook passes with either hand. As a floor general, that's a tremendous asset.
The Trailblazers shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. Here's Lillard. And that one drops. And it comes off an assist from Ingles. Lillard's got 11.
I like that play by Joe Ingles. Doesn't have anything he wants. Keeps the ball moving.
Pass to Bane. Going inside. And here's Adams. Brooks outside. Stolen by Ingles. Hard with it. And that one is hammered home.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Great activity at both ends. Great teamwork as well.
Here's Bane. The Blazers making their last shot. Here's Jackson. Rebounded by Johnson. For Portland, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Pass to Lillard. Nurkic inside. Adams covering. Oh, Adams with the block.
Look at Adams using all of his impressive reach, firmly swatting that shot away.
Well, the Grizzlies shooting a low 30% from the floor. Moran against Lillard. Jackson with a screen on Lillard. Here's Moran. He can't get it to go, and it's Portland the other way. Lillard with the ball. Guarded by Moran. The three. Lillard can't get it to go.
Hasn't been able to dial it in from distance. He has just the 1-3, and that was in the first half.
Lillard against Moran. Banked it in off the glass. Moran's got 6 points in the quarter.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
Who wants a t-shirt? Hey, your Grizzlies!
Line change here for Memphis. A big group substitution here for Portland. Eubanks, he's checked in for Nurkic. Little comes in for Johnson. Bledsoe, he's checked in for Hart. And Simon has subbed in for Damian Lillard. Third quarter action. Just under 3.5 minutes have passed. Back to Simons. Eubanks the screen. Deflects the pass. Stolen by Anderson. And here's the fast break. Williams from long range. The rebound by Eubanks. Eubanks, he's got his 5th rebound in this one. Bledsoe outside. Back to Eubanks. Outside, Williams. The fadeaway. And Bledsoe pulls it down.
Well, this is where he's inconsistent, and that can slow down your team's momentum.
Pass to Simons. Back to Ingles. Here's Eubanks. Knocked loose and stolen by Williams. Here's Conchar. Well, no scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. 2-second difference between shot and game clock. Here's Simons. 6 to shoot. Beyond the arc. No good. Now here's Anderson. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. They're communicating well and stringing together stops. And let's take this opportunity to show you our State Farm assist to the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
Yeah, it's one thing to find the guy. It's another to deliver the ball where he can do something with it. Wonderful play.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. They've got Tyus Jones. He's out there with Desmond Bane. Kyle Anderson is out there with Steven Adams. And it's Carroll in at the power forward position. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. And it's in there.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Pass to Bane. Anderson against Hart. Back to Anderson. Outside Jones. From deep, Bane drills it from deep.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
Memphis foul. Desmond Bane.
And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Jackson, he's checked in for Carroll, and it's Brooks in for Anderson. And also a switch here for Portland. Damian Lillard's checked in for Bledsoe. Lillard outside. There's the three. And that basket makes him 6 for 11, shooting a good percentage.
It's enough to where you have to respect him. Had one triple in the first half, now has his second.
To the inside. Here's Jackson. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got a rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Brooks against Lillard. Adams grabs the miss. Adams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Pass to Brooks. Shoots over Hart. It's hauled in by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Lillard with the ball. Over Adams.
Trailblazers foul.
Ja Morant, he's checked in for Jones. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Johnson's checked in. Morant against Lillard. Pass to Bane. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Here's Jackson. Ooh, hits the difficult fadeaway jumper.
Not just a floor spacer with the jump shot. Tearing solid also from the mid-range.
Now here's Nurkic. Nurkic a screen on Morant. For 3, here's Lillard. Grizzlies with the rebound.
Okay, that's frustrating. You work hard to get these open looks. You know he liked that one back.
Here's Morant. Ooh, that one makes him 7 for 14. Got a nice rhythm going here today.
Just a natural scorer, Ja Morant is. In this area, he's confident.
to the left wing. Here's Nurkic. Ooh, some solid defense from Adams.
He goes up strong, but he is met with resistance. I think that surprised him a little bit.
Lillard against Moran. Outside for Brooks. On the wing, Bane. Shot clock at 6. Up and over Dunn. Ooh, great D that time from Dunn. Portland has gone 1 for 2 from deep in this fourth quarter. Lillard into the lane. And the dunk by Lillard.
Yeah, it's not easy to try to knock Lillard off his equilibrium. So talented at scoring on the drive.
All right, look who's coming up in court. Come on and get down for your Grizzlies. All right, look who's coming up in court. Come on and get down for your Grizzlies.
And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Damian Lillard.
Yeah, really the standout element of this game tonight was his offense and his ability to get inside by cutting the defense to shreds, finding lanes, even making them, and relentlessly attacking the hoop.
Wow, did this game really turn out to be his show? A commanding performance like that makes for a sweet victory, especially on the road. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Adams with a screen on Lillard. Here's Moran. And then Moran with the dunk.
Bread and butter play. Moran and screen and roll. He'll typically make you pay.
Now it's Hart. Grant, wouldn't be a bad idea here to slow it down.
Yeah, the coach is definitely looking for patience and execution.
And here's Lillard from beyond the arc. And it's Bane with the rebound. Bane's got his 4th rebound in this one. The shot off that time. Johnson with the defensive effort.
And a comfortable win for them here. Game is out of reach. Time for the fans now to celebrate a win for the Trailblazers.
They had excellent production from the bench.
This team has strong depth, and in this game, it showed.
And so this win marks their first victory of the new year.
And against a non-conference opponent, you really want to win the first one. They'll go into the next one knowing how to beat this team for sure.
And what a huge performance it was for Damian Lillard.
And how many times throughout the course of the evening did he make a momentum-changing play? I thought his relentlessness really keyed their success.
And so here's Portland. After the basket by Memphis, Nurkic a screen on Moran. Here's Lillard. Oh, it's blocked by Jackson.
Some scouts were surprised when Jackson's wingspan was measured over 7'5". That's a huge number, especially when you talk about contesting shots.
16 seconds left in the fourth. Hart with it. So So the Trailblazers win it. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you know, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
And now we have Allie LaForce standing with the player of the game. Allie, take it away.
Dame, you routinely make shots that most players would not even attempt. What enables you to have that kind of confidence?
Sometimes in the summer, I work on the craziest things. You know, you never know what type of situation you're going to be in. You got to be prepared for it, you know, so I've worked on my fair share of crazy shots, crazy passes, and, you know, you don't make a high percentage of them, but I made one tonight.
Practice makes perfect. Thanks so much, Dame.
All right, Allie, thank you. And that'll do it for this inaugural game of the NBA season. For Grant Hill, Steve Smith, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson.
On the floor for the visiting Milwaukee Bucks. At shooting guard, Grayson Allen. At small forward, Chris Middleton. At the other guard position, Drew Holiday. At center, Giannis Antetokounmpo. At forward, the head coach of the visiting team is Mike Budenholzer. It's time to make the starting five of your Portland Trail Blazers. Starting at power forward, at 6'7", number 16, James Johnson. Starting at the other forward position, standing 6'8", number 00, Joe Ingles. At guard, standing 6'5", number 11, Josh Hart. Center, combat play between us is Bosnia and Herzegovina, Raiffeisen Jusuf Nurkic. At guard, 6'3", wearing the letter O, Damian Lillard. Your Portland Trailblazers head coach is Chauncey Billups. Let's hear it for your home team.
It's Friday night and live on 2K Sports. We're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. We'll watch the Portland Trail Blazers in this one as they go up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Kevin Harlan here, and I'm joined by Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with David Aldridge on our sideline. DA, it's all yours.
Kevin, thank you. Chris Middleton has been underrated for so long that now is he rated? Giannis Antetokounmpo said, people don't know how much Chris has sacrificed for this team to be great. He could easily be a 25-point-per-game scorer in the league, but he just wants to win. He knows that by doing that, everything else is going to take care of itself. Kevin?
Well, he's an all-star teammate, David, as you point out in that story. Thank you. Here now, the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trail Blazers. On Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns. Then on Thursday, the Houston Rockets will come into town. Now, the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks. We've got Allen. Chris Middleton is out there with T. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. And for Portland, Joe Ingles is out there with James Johnson. Then there's Jusuf Nurkic. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Lillard in at the point. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, Kevin, you know, when you've got experienced players on the court, then you typically have a composed team. And that means that you won't see either team really get rattled. And I think because both teams have great experience, we're going to have a hard-fought, competitive matchup where neither team really is flustered at all.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Jrue Holiday has been a welcome addition to this Bucks team. Chris Middleton said he just knows how to play the game on and off the ball, how to move without it, how to set guys up. He makes the game easier for everybody. He's made them a lot better. Guys?
That's how you make us, David. Thank you with stories like that. That kid, that Jrue Holiday, he is a quality kid. Wonderful character, terrific player. On defense, Milwaukee. Ingles finds Hart. Nurkic a screen on Allen. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Holiday against Lillard. With the floater. The shot by Holiday, no good. Looking at Milwaukee, they took the win in their last game against Denver. The pass to Hart. Portland moving the ball around. Nurkic setting the pick for Lillard. Over Holiday. Lillard with the bucket.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Holiday, the pass to Allen. Ball stolen. Over in the corner, Lillard. Offline with his three. Holiday against Lillard. Outside, Antetokounmpo. He doesn't hit that one. Great D that time from Nurkic. Middleton against Johnson. Now, here's Ingles. He's tightly guarded. 2 points. That one goes.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Kept alive.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Ingles kicks to Lillard. Count that bucket. Lillard's got 6.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
All right, look who's coming out of the court. Come on, give it up for your Blazer dancer. York Laser Dancer.
For Allen. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 10 points a game, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And every team in the league needs shooting. That's what he brings coming off the pine.
Yeah, there's always a demand for shooters, man. Have jumper, will travel. I'm telling you. Most championship teams, they have a bunch of those guys who can put it in the basket.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Lillard against Holiday. Takes it inside. The shot that time not on target. Good work defensively by Lillard. Johnson, the pass to Lillard. Out to the wing. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Giannis. 6 on the shot clock, taken away by Holiday. And now, here comes Antetokounmpo, leading the break. Portland leading by 4.
And Holiday just does so much on the floor. But for me, defense is his #1 attribute. He's arguably the best perimeter defender in the league.
Now, here's Lillard. He's got 6. And there's the foul. It'll go on Josh Hart. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
And that was another look at the aggressive D that led to the Mobile One block.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Holiday, an elite defender, Greg, as you said, makes life difficult for opposing guards.
And he does a great job of playing D with his feet. Comes up with some blocks and steals each game as well. Never gets lost on a play.
Milwaukee shooting their first shots of the night from the charity stripe. And that one misses. Well, we've seen a lot of workload adjustments for the top players in the past few years, Clark, especially when it's this early in the season.
Yeah, and that's probably a smart thing to do, Kevin. I really wish the league would cut back on the number of games, period. I know that's toothpaste that's already out of the tube, but I really believe if you cut 10, 12 games off the regular season, it would be great for everybody. Can't do it. It is a long season, so whenever you can massage minutes of your top players, I think that's a good thing.
Now, here's Nurkic. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And it's Ingles off the drive. And that one is good.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a sixth sense for those reads.
From deep, Antetokounmpo. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
And the rejection by Giannis.
Remains Portland ball.
On defense, the Bucks. It's a 5-point game. Pass to Ingles. Johnson with a screen on Middleton. 4 on the clock. The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. The offensive rebound. Here's Nurkic.
Yeah, I don't want to dismiss the defensive chops of Antetokounmpo. I mean, he is so good at handling himself on the defensive end, whether he's guarding his own guy or in position to help his teammates.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Lillard outside. Passes it to Ingles. Nurkic a screen on Middleton. And here's Ingles outside. No good that time. The Bucks go the other way with it. There's the lob into the Kumbo. That ties the game.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
Here's Allen. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
Now, here's Hart. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Antetokounmpo passes to Holiday. And here is Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Lillard. Allen for three. And another three for Milwaukee.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
The loudest and craziest fans get a free t-shirt. Let's see it, fans. All right, look who's coming out on the court. Come on, give it up for your laser dancer. Laser dancer.
And now here's the 2K leaderboard with the list of the NBA's best teams from three-point land a year ago. Fifth best, the Bucks.
Their long-range shooting last year was nothing short of spectacular. I mean, they were absolutely unconscious from the three-point line.
Lillard finds Ingles. Here's Hart. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal. Second team foul.
Johnson against Carroll. 5 on the clock. Nurkic setting the pick for Johnson. With the drive.